Here's Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb from yesterday talking about the possibility of Odell Beckham joining the Cowboys.
Anytime you have a chance to add a talent like that, and knowing Odell, knowing his resume, it's exciting. But understand it's also a business, and there's, I'm sure, 31 other teams that would like to add him as well.
Oh, that's my boy. I'm a fan of Odell for sure. I feel like here, why wouldn't you want to add, more firepower to this offense?
Yeah, look, they're quietly, but not quietly, they're loudly and consistently just putting together the names and the voices, Ezekiel Elliott, Micah Parsons, Jerry Jones. They're getting ready to make their play. And Jay Glazer reported on Sunday that Beckham will be fully cleared by the end of the week. Here we are at the end of the week. And the land rush is going to begin, Charean. And, from Beckham's standpoint, I would still wait another week or two. Just see how it plays out through Thanksgiving. Let's see where everyone is. You're picking the horse while the race is being run. Let it go a couple more lengths. Is that the proper term? I'm learning all my horse racing terms from this stupid OBJ metaphor. But the bottom line is, just like last year, he picked the right horse during the race. He gets a chance to do it again this year.
Yeah, he does, Mike, and that's unusual for a player to get to do that.
What's a furlong? What's a furlong? That's a horse racing term. Yeah. I'm thinking of any horse racing terms that come to mind, but I'm sorry to interrupt you. Furlong?
That's all right. This would be way out of character for the Cowboys to do this. The last big money free agent they signed was Brandon Carr, and that was back in 2012. First day of free agency, I was camped out outside at the AT&T Stadium waiting to see Brandon Carr come out of the stadium. But 5-year, $50.1 million deal. That's the last one. The last big name that created a buzz, and perhaps more for what he did off the field than on the field, was Greg Hardy in 2015. They gave him a 1-year, $11.3 million contract. They just don't do this anymore. They don't bring in guys outside, big money, big name guys. They signed James Washington in the offseason, who still hasn't come back after foot surgery in August. But they just don't do that anymore. They draft really well. They sign those guys to second and third contracts, and they build around the draft, and then they get those low-end free agents to come in and fill in. So this would be different for them to do this. Do I think they need to do this? Absolutely, I think they need to do this. And I think they need to do this because they traded Amari Cooper to the Browns for next to nothing in the offseason. I think they need another weapon. I know James Washington's coming back. That's fine. If you add Amari Cooper to that receiving core, I just think it makes you better, Mike. And I think they're going to need those receivers in the postseason to make some plays with Dak Prescott. They can run the ball well, but they need a better passing game to win in the postseason like they have a chance to do.
When you're talking about this kind of sizzle, though, I don't know how much money it's going to take to get him. Sims has been saying, and others have now been reporting, that Beckham wants more than just something that carries him through the end of the season. He wants a multi-year deal. But when you're talking about the sizzle, I go all the way back to Deion Sanders. The last time they've done something like this, where you go out and get an established name who brings in that cachet and who creates, think about the lift he's going to create. Oh, and he played in AT&T Stadium couple of years ago for the Browns and had 3 touchdowns that day, not long before he tore the ACL for the first time against the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's why the Cowboys want to catch the Eagles, and the gap isn't as big as people think. The Cowboys gave them everything they could handle without Dak Prescott earlier this year, and they play on Christmas Eve. What a gift that is. Christmas Eve and that group of games that got moved from Sunday to Saturday. We get to watch that one. And if they have OBJ at AT&T Stadium, wow. And in the playoffs if they cross paths again. So we'll see what happens. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.